Hey guys, what's up? This is Chris on HaloFollower.com, and today we are here on Daybreak with Lightning Flag, and I'm just going to talk to you guys a little bit about some of my opinions, some of my thoughts on things of the recent news on the Xbox One and Halo Xbox One, aka Halo 5, and some other things why I get blown up plenty of times because I am just terrible at this game mode, Lightning Flag, which is just something awful that 343 or somebody else created. I don't know, I don't like it, I can't stand it because look, you'll see why. The first time I blow up, you're just gonna rage because I don't know, but and the lips don't even work. Interesting. Anywho, at Halo 5, I'm super curious to see how it turns out. I remember when Halo 3 came out, after playing it, I was so excited to know what happens next after the story, and now we do know, and now we just can't wait till what we see in Halo 5. I think that they just really need to put their stuff together, and Halo 5 was really, it was accepted quite well. I think it made a 9.5 on quite a few things, but people still didn't like it. I just think that people don't like the new, and that makes sense because it changes stuff that they liked about the game. However, if you remember clearly, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you will agree with me here, that Halo 3 was not perfect. There was a lot of things I hated about Halo 3, but I blew up in one shot, really. There was a lot of things that I just didn't like in Halo 3, and I think well, I can't really specifically put my finger on it, not this moment, if anything of those were fixed in Halo 4, derp, I don't know, but point being is that I think they need to evolve, but I don't think they need to completely restructure and recreate the entire game, because Halo 4 was good, but it just kind of had that feel where it was only good for like the first 2 weeks, kind of like Halo Reach. People greatly hated Halo Reach, after a while there, and how did I do that? I spun around like a freaking ninja. I am boss. Anyways, yeah, so they need to make Halo 5 different, but they need to make it where it still feels like Halo, and I think if they say that they're going to change it just a little bit every single time they make a Halo, there's going to be a day and time where it just isn't Halo anymore. There's no other way of just saying that it's well, it's not Halo 3, it's not Halo 2 or Halo 4, it's something different, but it's still Halo. When does that become void, that statement, when there's been so many freaking Halo games that it's just not Halo anymore. And I think they just really need to bring back, they did a good job on Halo 4. Halo 4 wasn't terrible. They did an awesome job on Halo 4. I loved Halo 4. It was sweet and awesome and everything between, but it was a different kind of fun than I had with, what is this guy doing? It was a different kind of fun than Halo 4, or Halo 3, So, what about the Halo Xbox One? I'm super happy they changed the deal. I was going to buy the Xbox One anyways because I need to, of course, have my experience on Halo 5 or whatever this Halo Xbox One is. Now, when I was actually making a video on this, when I heard of the news, I was debating if I should even really make a video on it when they talked about how Phil Spencer was saying that Halo Xbox One is, what is it? It's not like specifically Halo 5. It's not called Halo 5, but it's called Halo Xbox One. And I was making an extremely biased video when I was reviewing or recapping this in a video. And I just really was not happy with what I was doing with the video, and I just didn't feel like it was professional at all. I was kind of letting my emotions get in the way, and I was like, well, this is kind of aggravating me. And, it still does in a way that they want to call it Halo Xbox One, because it just feels like they're kind of advertising the game, and they're making Halo branded to the Xbox, and it always has been in a way, but not in a way where you're actually going to name it Halo Xbox One. What if they're going to call the second game of Halo Xbox One Halo Xbox 2 to advertise Halo, the Xbox 2? It just seemed like a really dirty trick to make the majority of people buying the Xbox One and its horrible deals were because of Halo, and you really deny reality. Of course, there's other reasons. Maybe somebody actually did like the Halo 5 and how it worked out, but a good majority of the Halo community was only buying the Xbox One, and some of them were even jumping ships to the PS4 because what they did to the Xbox One. And it's really annoying that they name it Halo Xbox One. It's like, oh, well, this is obviously Halo 5 because again, later we discover that it takes place right after Halo 4. So obviously it's Halo 4.1, 4.5, something like that, but it happens after Halo 4. It's a direct sequel. We do know that. So the fact that they're trying to call it something else is just, I think it's really annoying. And if they just came up with like another placeholder name than Halo Xbox One, I mean, I think they could have came up with a better name than that. I mean, come on, people. They have a huge company and everything, but anyways, it just really gets back to the facts that I think they called it because, you know, it's good for marketing. It's depressing, it sucks, but I think that is pretty much the reality right there. And I think that's what annoyed me. But back to what I was making the video, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, and eventually I did. I informed everybody like a day later. So I kind of had a moment of defeat, I suppose, a moment of weakness that I did kind of let my bias feelings get in the way of making a video, and so that's why I kind of wanted to talk about it in this video. And well, they changed it and everything, so it doesn't really matter now. For the Xbox One and the deals, by the way, but for the Halo Xbox One, I will remain calling it Halo 5 until they begin to realize that it's going to hurt marketing, that everyone's calling it Halo 5. I wonder what it's going to be called anyways. I wonder exactly what it is. I mean, it's obviously not, I mean, like, I want to say it's Halo 5. I want to refer to it as Halo 5. Everything about it looks like it's going to be the next sequel to Halo, but it just doesn't seem that way anymore, does it now? Because they're putting so much emphasis on making this a saga that it's going to be a legitimate version of Halo. I mean, like, okay, do we really expect anything less? Do you really have to say it's going to be a miniature thing of Halo? Or, I mean, say that it's a legitimate version of Halo. I mean, it seems that is what's scaring me, because guys, really, you have to think about these little signs and the marketing deal between Microsoft and 343 Industries. These little things mean a big impact on your experience and your wallet. And I think that when they call it a legitimate version of Halo, that scares me. Especially how they just announced a saga, and that means that it's going to become the Halo Reclaimer trilogy instead of it being Halo 4, 5, and 6. That has became, in the past day or so, I think yesterday or the day before, they announced that it was being called the Reclaimer Saga. And the difference between a trilogy and saga, of course, is a big thing. I mean, like, Star Wars is a saga. I mean, like, all the games, all the different parts of the universe is a huge freaking saga. But a trilogy is like Star Wars Episode 1 to 3, and that's a little trilogy right there, because those are closely related events. And what they've done is they've taken that out. Now, we do know in Spartan Ops, I think I've already done an analysis on this part specifically. However, it is important to note that in Spartan Ops, it takes 6 months after Halo 5 or Halo 4 Halo 4's ending. So that's kind of important to think about, because hey, you know what? That might be where this legitimate version of Halo is placed. And it just kind of makes me depressed, because I mean, we've been thinking for a solid 2 weeks now that this is Halo 5, but I mean, is it really Halo 4.5? And I mean, not only does that change my perspective on it, I mean, that kind of sucks. I mean, that means that it's probably not even near as good as that we initially thought. Like, when we saw Master Chief, it got everybody excited. It got me excited. After, you know, even after it happened, I mean, just thinking about it right now is getting me frisky. And I just won the game, woo! So, anyways, guys, that is a video. But just to finish off my topic here, I think that they need to just come out and call it what it is. Stop confusing us, because at this point, people are desperate to learn the information, and they want to know what is up with this Halo 5 thing. And that is it. That has been Chris on Halo 5 Follower, or HaloFollower.com, my bad. I think I'm a Halo 5 follower and talking all this Halo 5 talk. Anyways, guys, peace. Thanks so much for watching. Like this video up if you've enjoyed, and only if you have.